Hello, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I will show you the way I like to paint, using an airbrush combined with erasing and scratching techniques. It involves airbrushing a thin layer of paint, which serves as a base to erase into, pulling highlights or adding textures. Now for the hair, I'm not going for a full detailed hair rendering because it's in the back and more dark, because of the light source, that in our case is coming from the top left side of the painting. Instead, I'm going to add a few details, showing the direction the strands of hair are going, and also just to give them a little of out-of-focus look. This technique involves a lot of time just because you have to go slowly and add layers of paint, erase into it, and repeat the process until I achieve the desired effect. For this painting, I'm using burnt umber paint from Schmink, diluted 1:1, meaning 1 drop of paint, 1 drop of distilled water, spraying it at around 15 psi. The paint I'm using, it's transparent, meaning with every layer I add on top of the previous, the color gets darker and darker. That is why for this portrait I like going easy, and as you can see in the painting process, I add 1 layer, erase textures or pull highlights, and after I go again with another layer of paint. For the most darker parts, I normally repeat the process 3 to 4 times, depending on the result. For the lighter parts, I may even change the dilution on the paint and add some more distilled water and go very lightly, keeping my airbrush at 10 to 15 centimeters away. For the erasers I am using, for the more aggressive, I'm using the Faber-Castell Perfection 7058, and for more smoother, the Faber-Castell Perfection 7056. For smoother transitions and blending, I use the Tombow Mono Eraser, and for the most brighter highlights or specular highlights, I'm using an electric eraser. Now, as you can see in the video, I'm slowly progressing to the bottom of the painting and started spraying gently a layer of paint that I have thinned more with water, 6 parts water, 4 parts paint. After I let the paint dry for about 15 to 30 seconds, I start pulling out highlights and textures. It's a very repetitive technique and takes a lot of time. So I won't be narrating every step that I make. I will be presenting the overall process and some key elements. For the dress she is wearing, the left shoulder is out of focus and catching a lot of light. So I'm just slowly erasing huge areas where the light is hitting and also pushing the details back. Now, if you are also painting or want to start out airbrushing, I highly recommend to don't rush. I'm letting you know from my own mistakes that rushing, or not giving the required amount of time to mask and prepare the surface you are painting on in a correct way, can lead to a huge waste of time and a lot of frustration. I have already pressed a little forward with the painting of the dress. I ran out of battery on my recording camera, and I didn't pay attention to it. As I said, I'm a beginner, so mistakes are bound to happen. As you can see, I painted in the dress on the left shoulder a little out of focus, and also the neck and top chest area required a little more light. So I went in with my aggressive eraser and gently erased into the paint, and after I blended the erased area with the Tombow Mono Eraser, or one I have found recently that works amazing on removing any paint left over from the aggressive erasing, is the Kohler-Hartmuth 6312. Don't worry, I will put a link in the description of this video with the materials I am using. After I am happy with how the highlighted parts are looking, I'm starting to mask them off so I don't get any overspray on those areas when I start adding in the shadows and darkening some areas. After masking, I start adding in layers of paint. This time I'm going with a mix of 6 parts paint and 4 parts water, but from time to time it may vary. I'm mixing the paint as I go in small quantities, and I'm just eyeballing it. I'm slowly going and filling in the areas I want darker and have more shadow and apply the layers of paint. After filling in the areas, I start repeating the process and add texture and pull out paint slowly. It's like carving, but instead of using a chisel, I'm using an eraser to give form and volume to the painting and giving it that 3-dimensional effect. In order to be precise and get as close as you can to achieve a quality painting, make sure you are always checking your reference photo or source material from which you are painting. Most of the times, as I said, I rushed and thought I remembered how the reference looked like, and boy was I wrong. And again, rushing and not taking the time will eventually end up in wasting time and frustration. Just make sure you have the reference or source material near the painting, and also make sure you don't stress about getting every little detail. Take small breaks, stand back and check the progress and how it looks so far. Work on one area at a time. Once you start to organize your painting process, it will become more easier and fun. Now, with the technique and some of the tools I used have been presented, this being my first video, I would like to apologize for some of the footage and the quality of the video. I'm new to recording and editing, and I'm learning along the way. Also, I would like to give a huge shout out to Mark from the Art Workshop and Rob from DreadFX. They are the reason I have started airbrushing again, because of their tutorials, tips and tricks and overall content. So thank you guys very much for the great job you are making. Truly amazing and inspiring. Don't get me wrong, there are plenty of very good artists and content creators on YouTube, but based on what and how I like to paint, they were the two I related the most to. I will put their links in the description for you to check them out. Believe me, it will be worth the time. So far, it was a very enjoyable journey. I can really say that with each painting I have started and worked on, I learned something, and I'm pretty sure there is still a lot to learn. But that's what keeps me inspired and keeps me painting every day, learning and improving my skills as an artist in a dream I had since I was a teenager, and now slowly, but surely it's happening. So for this video, I'm going to wrap it up and let you enjoy the results I achieved with this painting. It has around 30 hours of work and started as a study painting, but along the way I decided to go for it and finish it. So thank you very much for watching. I really hope you like the content, and if you do, please like, share, and subscribe. It will really help my channel to grow and will also mean a lot to me. So thank you everyone. Until the next one, I wish you all a wonderful week.